Welcome to the Seaman Podcast, a show where artists and musicians with an axe to grind throw things deep into the abyss of the Seaman. Transphobia, racism, ableism, anti-Semitism, sexism, and homophobia, it all gets dumped on the trash! How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the motherfucking Seaman Podcast. It's me, everyone's favourite, big, voluptuous, delicious daddy, the Right Reverend of the Pentecostal Church of the Seaman, and Bigfoot's big brisket on the side. It's Big Tasty. It's hard as fuck. I mean, everyone knows, everyone feels it. My balls feel like a fucking rotisserie chicken, just spinning and cooking in their own juices. And what makes it worse is because I live in like an area with all these students, and they're all in their back gardens having barbecues with their stereos blasting, so I have to close all the windows to record this. And also I cannot have my electric fan blowing sweet fairy kisses on my cock and taters because you'd hear the wind blowing into the microphone. So I'm just gonna have to cook here for a while, but this is a risk I'm willing to take because I'm staring down the barrel of an incredibly handsome, delicious piece of ass. He's looking at me, sipping his drink. You can see them ripping and rocking in bands like Snatch game. It's fucking Iain. How's it going, buddy?
What it do, BT? You're having a good day today.
So you're off to Germany tomorrow, huh?
I am, yes. I'm going to Berlin with my partner and our nephew of 17 years. We'll be meeting his little girlfriend that he's got, and we'll be going to Berlin. We're going to be going to Dresden, and I believe we're going to somewhere kind of like on the Dutch-German border as well, because Germany have this sweet like €9 I can't remember bus or train ticket, but basically you can go anywhere you want regionally with this ticket, which is awesome, and they should bring here really, but I know they won't.
That would be good. So what, your nephew's meeting their girlfriend, what, in Germany?
That's right, she's German.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's taught himself German purely just like on a whim one day. He met her through some kind of like online chat thing, which obviously, you know, as soon as we found it, kind of like, who else have you been talking to? But
yeah. How many Tim Westwoods are on your phone right now?
Westwood, rolling deep.
The big dog.
My friend who recently passed away slapped him at a university event in 2006 at the University
hero.
of Sunderland and was escorted out. So shout out to Luke.
Maybe Luke, rest his soul, had a premonition.
I think he might have known.
I need to clap him out on my way out. You know what I mean?
That's right. He did it. That's what he did. Yeah. So he met Sophia through this chat thing. I forget what it's called. And they've been talking. And she's come over here. He's gone over there and things like that. And yeah, they're really cute together. And they went to go watch Less Than Jake, their first live gig with us at the Ritz in Manchester, which was adorable. And yeah, so it's nice. We're gonna have a lot of fun. And it's going to be just as hot in Germany as it is in the UK too. So I'm not getting away with the bollock boiling. So
yeah, if anything, it'll be maybe it'll even be a little bit hotter because you'll be doused in currywurst.
Yes, doused in currywurst and bad pilsner.
In it. Have you been to Germany before?
Once, 7 years ago, and when I say bad pilsner, it's because it's Prussia, so there probably won't be very ones. I'm gonna make loads of people really angry on the Seabing podcast, and for that I apologise. Apologise right now, but
there's a million, like I've got a million listeners. There's like 4 Germans going, ah!
No! Prussian Pilsner is the best! Alright, sorry. Do you know what? I will if I taste a really good one, I will let you know. I'll write in.
Yeah, you can send answers on a postcard. So, Snatch game have been popping off a bit lately, haven't they? Even getting some good old shows and getting lots of people listening to you. That's well done to that, bud.
Thank you. It's been totally like it's been amazing and genuinely humbling to see the responses that we've been getting from people, hearing some of the stories from people about how it's helped them and things like that. It's been genuinely moving, and it's moved us to do more as well. So we've been helping out or trying to help out various charities along the way too. So at least we're doing good as well as looking fabulous and playing some rocking tunes. So that's great.
Yeah, that's so cool. So for people that don't know, Snatch Game, a punk band that like plays RuPaul songs.
That's right. It's RuPaul's questionable quality songs. Some of them, yeah. I mean, you can tell that they were kind of created on a conveyor belt. But we bring some.
I mean, RuPaul is a questionable quality human.
Yes, and that's what's great about coming to see Snatch Game, because you don't have to give him any money.
Yeah. What's your personal favourite RuPaul song?
Ooh, now that's a difficult one. I think right now I'm gonna go with Born Naked, the kind of like 80s rock version that he released, not the dance one, although the dance one's fucking ace too. No, I'll go with the kind of the 80s rock one, because whenever we practice that, like something primal takes over the five of us, and it's great. I love playing that.
Awesome. I think my favourite is American, but featuring the contestants.
Definitely, that's a great one.
Yeah. Just because I find myself quoting the Eureka line to myself all the time. I'm the Elephant Queen. Who are you gonna be? That's like my.
That's your mantra.
That's my mantra. Yes, mate. Right, so you brought some bins in for me. You got 4 bins.
I got 4 sweet bins that need to go away. Be gone from me.
Cool. So I had to do a little pause because my body decided I needed to take a poop in that very moment, and there was no holding it. The thing about Crohn's is, get a nice inflamed bowel.
You gotta go when you gotta go, as Jeff Goldblum so eloquently put it.
It does. Have you seen the new Jurassic World film?
Oh no, dear, no, absolutely not.
They've turned Goldblum into a bumbling buffoon.
No, we can't have that. No.
Yeah, I wasn't so interested in seeing it, but I went anyway, and they turned Dr. Ian Malcolm, a scientist, a rock star scientist, and they basically just said, "Hey, Goldblum, just be yourself, because that's all people want to see." So he just walks around being like, "Oh, wonderful, let me play some jazz piano for you."
See, I love that about Jeff Goldblum, but when you're watching a Jurassic Park film, that's not precisely what you want. You kind of want to check up the dinosaur skirts and all that kind of thing, don't you? But the thing is, you get into Tim Allen, Tim the Toolman Taylor territory with that sometimes. So I'm not the biggest fan of kind of making that noise personally.
Oh, you do. Well, he does like the
yeah, and that kind of one as well.
You do it really good. You do it really well.
I'm not doing it again.
No. Well, I've got it recorded forever, so people could just sample that.
You could just sample that, use it on a soundboard. I'll take 10p every time you do it.
Right, actually, before we jump into the bins, I don't normally do this, but I was checking Twitter before we started calling, and I saw something so bizarre that I need to talk about it. I'm not one for topical news things, but have you seen what's going on with Ricky Martin at the minute?
Yes, with the incest and the nephew.
What the fuck is going on?
Oh, well, I'll tell you that. There'll be none of that going on in Berlin when I go on holiday. I'll tell you that for now. Not interested. His head's far too big. He's
busy with his own missus. He doesn't need you. But
yes, insane business from Ricky Martin. It's just...
Yeah, so I mean, those not what I'm sure I'm talking about. He's been done in. He was having like an incestuous relationship with his nephew for like ages, and is now facing like 50 years in jail.
Well, if he's done it, and he goes. No,
because he's RuPaul guest judge alumni.
He is. I'm trying to remember which season it was. It's one of the early ones, but yeah. No, I'm not. I'm not feeling particularly kind of emotional about it. If he's done it, and he goes, right, see you in 50 years or see you never. Not bothered.
Yeah, talk about living the gimmick, he's living the vida loca.
Definitely. What's more vida loca than noncing your nephew?
It's true.
Yeah,
put that on a shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right, let's get Binny. That's enough of the incest. Though there is another incest news story, I think. Elon Musk's dad just had a kid with his stepdaughter.
Oh, well, that
But,
whole
you know,
family's full of wrong uns, isn't it?
yeah, are we surprised? Right, so what's the first bin you got for me and my beautiful friend?
The first bin that I would like to cast away into the fiery depths is scabs. Namely,
Right.
to kind of define it, people who will break a strike that's being held between a trade union and an employer.
Right, so we're not talking about, like, you know, the kind of scabs you get on your knees if you've been
No, I'm not talking about the kind of one
grazing
you
them.
get on your knee when you go for a sweet slide during a solo or whatever, you know,
Yeah.
or kind of things you get when you're skateboarding or whatever. No, no, no. I'm talking about industrial disputes.
Right. And what's more, you know, punk rock than a industrial dispute?
As the living end said, roll on with your heads held high. Definitely. No, it's just the concept of kind of collective bargaining is absolutely undermined by the scab, and just by the concept of scabbing and going into work past a working picket and all that kind of thing. It's just, no, girl, don't do that, and just get away from me, and then, you know, you become a pariah in your workplace and all that kind of thing. Please
Yeah.
don't do that. Don't scab. And I also think that nowadays, because industrial action, although it's kind of coming to the fore again now with stuff like the RMT, ASLEF and things like that, I would say for people our age, BT, we don't really see we've maybe had a few big strikes that have gone over maybe the past 10 or 12 years, but other than that, there's been largely regional or local disputes. So that kind of language of trade unionism, solidarity with the other people in your workplace, all that kind of stuff is completely alien to some people. So it's on
Yeah.
people who do know it to educate. So I thought if I mentioned scabs, I'm doing my bit, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. And my thinking is when you sent me this list, I was trying to think of, like, what would be a reason, like an acceptable reason that someone would cross that picket line. Could there be something where, you know, they're just trying to get to work because they need to, or something, or do you, I don't know. I'm trying to think of, like, a fence city way around it without just being like, yeah, fucking pricks, fuck them off.
Yeah, no, I can understand that. And there is, I would say, from a trade union point of view, an absolutist view on scabs where it's fuck 'em, don't, you know, out they go kind of thing. But one of the things some people always just throw this up as a kind of reason to scab, in that they'll be losing pay while the strike is on, but that's not strictly true. Every union has a hardship fund that one can apply to if you're a union member while an industrial dispute is on, so that you get that day's pay back. It's just from the union rather than your workplace. So, as far as I'm concerned, I think that's the main reason why people would scab. That, and, you know,
Yeah.
a lack of education on what a trade union is. I mean, in the workplace that I work in right now, I'd say we're maybe kind of 60-40 unionised. But it's a very young workplace. So a lot of people have never been in a union before. So
Yeah, a lot of people don't, you know the benefits of being in a union.
yeah, or they
And
learn it too late. You know, they get called in
Yeah.
because of a sickness record or some kind of bully dispute or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think obviously, a lot of companies and businesses will try to keep the idea of joining a union on the down low, so that they can, you know, not get fucked over in the long run, or fuck people over in the long run. So I guess there's just that education in it. We need to, like, let people know, like, fucking, if you can join.
Absolutely. Join a union. It will be the best thing that you do in your workplace. You may never need them, but they're always there.
Right. So, like you said, there's a very absolutist view of, like, fuck scabs, and I do think that, yeah, fuck them. But I think, you know, are we just fucking the ones that know, like, are educated and know what they're doing and say fuck it anyway and don't care, or is it just, like, all of them?
I'm more inclined to the more pragmatist view that you've got, BT, of the ones who know what they're doing, and are doing it anyway, kind of thing. We'll specifically throw them into the depths. I feel because I have. Well, I don't. I would say I have empathy with the former. You know, the ones who you know, they're a bit worried about the pay and things like that, and might not know about, you know, union hardship funds or whatever. But they can be educated on the picket, and then away they go, hopefully. But yes, the ones who know exactly what they're doing, yes, allow them to drown, please.
Yeah, so I never want to throw anyone under the bus who's just, you know, fucking up out of poor education. I think that's why there should be lots of like leeway and forgiveness for people who, you know, maybe might initially say something that would be like, I don't know, like homophobic or transphobic or something, because sometimes they don't even mean to say it, they've just been brought up wrong. But I think once you do these things after being taught why it's bad, I think then all gloves are off, you know, it's whatever, fucking, you know. So I think, yeah, what we're throwing in the bin is scabs who purposefully just say, oh, fuck it, I don't care, I'm going to lick the boot of the corporation and get to work anyway because I don't give a fuck.
That's it.
In the bin. Fucking Lisbon splash.
Don't.
Dang.
Dusty. Do it.
Oh, there's a tasty one right there. I like it. Right. So yeah, you got one in, the one finger in. How do you feel?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling fruity. The delicious alcohol is coursing through my body, and I'm enjoying it. It's good.
What's on the lips today? What are we drinking?
We're drinking. It's Club Tropica by Tiny Rebel. I went to visit their brewery a couple of weeks ago for their 10th anniversary, and yeah, I mean, I've been a big fan of it anyway. And I'm not sponsored by them. Please don't think I'm sponsored by them. This is a personal capacity that I'm in. I'm saying how much I enjoy them. But if Tiny Rebel do want to sponsor me, maybe get in touch. I don't know. Because if it means I get loads of Club Tropica, then fucking give me it.
Yeah, don't be shy and asking for the fucking bag. Get that bag.
Yeah.
What they call Club Rebel.
Tiny Rebel, they're called. They're from Newport.
Tiny Rebel.
Yeah, Pizza Trap territory.
Snatch game.
Yes. Oh yes, that would be brilliant. I'd love that.
Imagine a campaign with just a pub full of drag queens necking down some Tiny Rebel.
Some delicious.
That would go so viral. You have no idea.
It'd be fantastic. Some delicious tropical beer. It's so good. I don't know whether you've ever had it before. I don't know whether you even drink BT, but if you do,
I've been straight edge for about 12 years now.
Beautiful, wonderful stuff.
You know, I respect a beer enjoyer.
Oh, it's delicious. You'll just have to take it from me. There is a non-alcoholic version, but I don't know whether that's something that you'd mess with or not. But yes, it just tastes nice generally.
Well, there you go. Tiny Rebel gets the bag. Right, so what's next up on the old bin docket?
People who don't reply to urgent inquiries. It really
this seems very important to you and something that I fear may have bitten you personally recently.
Well, it's so the examples I have are manifold. I can refer to personal instances rather, where band members, when I've had to ask them something very urgently, like, "Yo, do you have a bass head and cab, or is it a combo that you're using for this show? I need an answer now."
Question.
Don't get an answer for 4 days. You know, that kind of thing. You know, an emergency may well happen. I can remember one several years ago where one of my cats, I have 3, his tail got trapped in a door, and I was like, "Oh shit, what do I do?" So I tried to ring my partner. I couldn't get hold of her. At all, and I was freaking out. I just needed to, so I ended up ringing her mum, and her mum just went, "No, I don't think there's much that we're going to be able to do in this instance because it doesn't look broken or anything like that." So, but yes, people who do not answer urgent inquiries, I would like to cast them into the depths, please.
So there's, I guess, the thing I was thinking about, I'm trying to be extra fence city on this because I feel like I've been very lenient as of late, and I'm trying to turn that bad habit around. So I'm sorry I'm doing it on you. You should deserve the same lenience that I've had given everyone else the last year. But my thinking is, what could be urgent for you might not be urgent for someone else, and they might not sort of realise it. And they got lives to live, so they can see the message and be like, "Well, I've got an urgent thing and that I need to go to the shop, but before it closes, blah blah blah. So I can sort of see like them having other things that take priority over someone else's urgency, but it doesn't make it less shit on the other side. You know, it's all relevant, relative, I should say. Yeah, so that would be my thing of like, well, I can kind of give them some growing room because they might have other stuff going on. But yeah, it is fucking annoying, especially that gig one when you're trying to get in touch with a promoter and you're like, what backline do I need to bring? And they're just like, read it and don't reply.
Yeah,
like, need to know this sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's as a promoter myself, that's the one I try to be like as on the ball with it as possible, and then you know, if there's any kind of issue at my end, I try to resolve it as quickly as I can and as efficiently as I can. But I've not been kind of doing as many gigs, mainly because of the global bastard that's been going on. You know, I mean, I don't want to demonetize you or anything like that by actually giving it its name or anything like that, but yeah,
COVID.
Yeah, COVID. Oh, we're doing it. Okay, so yeah, so because of COVID and things like that, I've not been putting on gigs because mainly the types of gigs that I put on a very, very small scale. I mean, you've seen yourself, BT. You played for me in 2000. Was it 2019? Yes, it was. It was our first birthday. Yeah. That was it. Yes, and Join or Die is the kind of gig thing that I do, and yeah.
That was the worst show Rash ever played.
Yeah, it was all that Jägermeister, wasn't it?
I think it was, yeah. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
No, it's a valid point for that show. But yes, if it makes you feel any better, everyone else had an awfully good time. But yes, yeah. So because of the small capacity of the venue that I've been using to put my gigs in, I just thought, well, I'm just not going to do it. I'm probably going to start again, maybe January next year, see how things go then, and then do it. But on the other side of that, to return to the point that we're here to talk about, yes, I do try to be as quick as I can on multiple social media outlets to responding to things like that, so that artists don't have to worry about specific things when it comes to the gig and stuff like that. So I do try my best.
Yeah, I'm trying to like rationalize around like what's worse, the annoyance level or my understanding that other people have lives to live. And I think the annoyance level weighs it out a bit.
Yes.
Because I mean, I've been on the other side of the coin. Because Dave from Rash is very is studious the word?
Yeah, scrupulous.
He's very like when he like asks you a question, like he expects an answer like immediately, and if you don't, he'll like, you know, at you and tag you and be like, answer, got an answer? And I'm like, I'm at work, man, I've been at work for 12 hours, I'm not checking my phone, I got stuff to do. And then I feel but even though like I've done that, like it does make me feel bad because that was, you know, information that Dave needed to know, and I should have just, you know, gone take a piss and check my phone and looked at it. But I can see it from both sides. I feel like this is a slow bro waiting to be flipped.
Well, you know, you're the Solomon in this one.
I think I'm only doing this because I know that I'm guilty of like not replying to messages. I gotta be honest. I have to bare my soul. I think I'm doing this out of shame for being exposed for my own slack response time sometimes.
I'm sorry for outing you.
Oh, it's fine, you know, it needs to happen. Hold on, I'm going to reach for my bro. My slow bro's magnetised to my board here. Right. I'm staring down the bro. Do I need to flip this bro? Or should I just accept that I've been in the wrong and I should reply quicker? I'm torn. You've put me in a moral conundrum.
I'm open to letting the bro decide.
Okay, so people that don't respond quickly to urgent messages. Slow bro up, it's going in. Pokeball up, it stays out. My life's on the line here. The bro has chosen, it's going in.
Very well. The bro has spoken.
I shall change the way that I live my life and be more astute with my response. Listen for the splash, in it goes. That feels like a somber moment for me.
Yeah, just need a bit of time.
Yeah, I need time to recover from my own shit behaviour. Well, you got 2 in, 2 fingers in. How do you feel about the 2?
I am interested in seeing how my life will change now that these things have been cast into the
Eradicated.
depths. Yeah, I'll be, I may have to report back with my findings.
I know. If you ever message me now, I'm going to have to answer like immediately, even if it's on urgent.
Yes, you'll answer me immediately.
Yeah, unless it's sort of like 4 a.m. or something. But I might
Oh,
have to set my alarm or something. I might have to set my alarm.
There'll be none of that, BT. I go to bed at 10 most nights. Unless it's a gig or I'm out.
You're a very sensible young man. You're wearing a very nice sort of Fred Durst hat right now, as I'm saying.
I got it when I went to the brewery. I didn't want to mention them again because it's just hyping them. But it's all this Tiny Rebel Brewery hype. But yes, I bought it for a laugh because because it's red and it's flex fit, so everyone thinks Fred Durst. But initially when I put it on, I was just like, oh no, MAGA. But then
I don't know.
But it's the most comfortable hat I've ever worn. Yeah.
Yeah, to me it does not give off MAGA vibes. It gives off Fred Durst vibes.
Yeah, now this red cat gets a rap from these critics.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you got 2 in. The second one, I felt like I cut the mood with my sort of self-deprecation and somberness. So I'm going to thank my patrons for this month. So thank you to Cake, Christiane, Froggy. I forgot the ones up top. Aiden, Adam, James. Yes. Oh, God, I'm so terrible. Spoolbags, Tim, Alex, Sniff, Jochen, CB, Fee and Peg, Rory, EJ, Jimmy, Mike, David, Will, Sarah, Matt, Ollie, Alex, Chris, Dale, Caroline, Dave, Will, and Cody. Thank you for supporting this month. Thank you to, as usual, Tiny Rebel Brewery. They sponsored me this month. Hey! No, I'm just joking. Cold Press CBD. If you like vegan CBD gummy bears that help with anxiety and sleep and stuff like that, just all, mental well-being, helps me out. Go to cold-press.io, use code Simon10 all caps for 10% off your first month's order of vegan CBD gummies. Do you like a bit of fake weed?
I don't imbibe, to be quite honest with you. I've never actually tried any gummies or anything like that. I'd be open to it, but I haven't tried any yet.
Yeah, I see. I was always like, because I'm edge, I'm straight edge. But then this company reached out, and I was like, well, there's no like psychoactive drug stuff happening here. Like, is it any different from having like an antidepressant or something? So I gave it a crack, and if it does help, if I take it like very late at night, it helps me kind of get off to a nicer sleep, because I find drifting off quite hard sometimes. But I recommend it.
Yeah, you're one of several people I know that takes these things, so he must be doing something. So maybe I will give it a go. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So you play in a Snatch game, RuPaul songs. So as is tradition, I went on to BuzzFeed, everyone's favourite website, and I found a quiz from September the 2nd, 2019, so perfectly up to date. Take this quiz to reveal take this quiz to reveal which drag queen from RuPaul's Drag Race you are, mama.
Right there, go
Slay
on.
Queen. So right, we're gonna go through it. I don't know how long this quiz is. Probably quite short, because BuzzFeed are all about getting as many quick clicks as possible, not necessarily long engagement. So, which challenge are you most excited for? I mean, Snatch Game, obviously.
I think you know the answer. Challenge. It's Snatch Game. It's always my favourite.
Yeah, well, I'll go through the rest.
Go on.
Rusical or lip sync performances.
Now, sometimes the Rusicals don't hit very well. I thought the UK one where they did Rats, that was very good. The Kardashian one they did a few seasons back on the American one was okay. The lip syncs, they're iconic, some of them. You get them every episode and things like that. But for me, I think Snatch Game has always been the best. I mean, when it came to choosing the name for the band, it was a no-brainer. It was always going to be Snatch Game. It was never going to be anything else.
Right, it's finally time for Snatch Game. What character are you choosing? Someone not a lot of people know, a new pop star would be the best option? A classic diva or a bold choice? Maybe Michelle?
I personally would go with classic diva. I have always said to the band when we've been in practice that if we ever did a Snatch game, I would be Jane McDonald.
Oh, amazing.
Yes. Full Yorkshire.
You ever had thoughts of doing like a sort of performance of a Snatch game before the gig?
We've kind of pipe dreamed it. The thing is, it's kind of difficult to judge because we've got a lot of like punk fans who like drag, but not drag fans who like punk. So we're trying to reach out to kind of get into more LGBTQA places and things like that. You know, particularly what with us being in Manchester and having, you know, one of the best gay quarters in Europe there. But they're not biting, which is a shame. But we'll keep working at it, definitely. And then one day, it would be my dream and my pleasure to do a Snatch game and be dressed as Jane McDonald and do the face that Jane McDonald does when she's not happy, which is just hilarious.
Well, I'm gonna spread my invitation out there and say if you ever do a Snatch game, maybe at like MPF or something, I can imagine them doing it. Can I come and be on the dais of Snatch game?
Of course you may. You absolutely may. Would you want to be the one who's got to choose the answer, or would you want to be one of the assembled divas?
I'll happily do anything. I mean, I'm happy to choose the answer. I'm happy to get full drag on. I've always wanted. I have a drag persona in my head that I would love to do, but this is gonna like. I'm not. I don't like the aesthetic on myself of being a queen with a beard. So, some queens pull that off really, really well, but I feel like for me it doesn't feel like what I have in my head. But I don't feel like I'm ready to shave off to perform because I would want to just try it out. But I want to be Juicy Von Thiccums.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
stunning.
What's your drag name? I don't know if I've ever heard your drag name.
My drag name is Miss Ursula Undress.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, so it kind of came from one time I did Ursula the Sea Witch from The Little Mermaid once for a Halloween drag show that we went to, you know, as a spectator rather than a participant. And it was really funny kind of like wandering around and people, like as they got drunker, and obviously I got more sloppy, it started off as like, oh my god, Ursula! So like, oh god, it's Ursula. I thought it was great. I thought I'm sticking with that. But no, I can understand your reticence to get rid of the beard. Tom, who plays guitar in Snatch Game along with me, who's in Follow Your Dreams and is also known as Miss Penny Drops. He goes full beard these days with it, but adds loads of glitter and gubbins and whatnot, and just looks just
beautiful.
as gorgeous. Yeah.
But yeah, I think my view of how Juicy Von Thiccums looks is not with a big ginger beard or a glittery beard.
I see. Well, any day you want to exalt yourself and you happen to be available and or nearby, then you're more than welcome to stick your amp and cab on stage and come and play some tunes with us, definitely.
Oh, I would. That would be a dream.
We operate a revolving door anyway, so anyone who wants to get involved, we will try and get them in. So yeah.
Well, you've done it now. Right, who's your favourite judge? Michelle, she's so sassy, I love it. The hilarious Ross Matthews, how could you not love his jokes? Rue, is that even a question? Or Santino Rice, please bring him back.
Oh, Santino. Oh, hi, Rue. Just like...
Hi, Rue. I always thought Santino was very handsome.
That's all he had. He was handsome, had a very deep voice, and just kind of every now and again would just cut a bitch to filth. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Santino just for the banter, to be honest.
Just for the meme. I am sad they didn't put in, Style Superstar
Carson Kressley. Absolutely, yeah.
Right, choose a song to lip sync to. 9 to 5 by Dolly Parton, I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor, Teenage Dream by Katy Perry, or Truth Hurts by Lizzo.
Ooh, now those are four very, very good choices.
Yeah.
That's very difficult. See, the heart says 9 to 5 by Dolly Parton, but the
That does
head
feel like the...
says Teenage Dreams, because I think that would be fun. Let's go 9 to 5. 9 to 5 it
9
is.
to 5. I think I would agree on that one. Which runway... Which runway theme are you most excited for? Pretty in Pink, Neon Queen Realness, Hats Incredible, or Flower Power?
Ooh. Do you know what? I'm going to go with Hats Incredible. I'm not one for a hat, but the last gig we did, so our Christmas show that we had in June, because it got cancelled because of COVID, Snatchmas as it's known, I had antlers on my head. So I appreciate a good hat.
Yeah. Lastly, what's your favourite runway song? CoverGirl, Snapshot, Now Sissy There Walk, or category is...
I'm gonna go with CoverGirl. It can only be one. It's CoverGirl.
Yeah, I mean, it's a classic, right?
Yeah.
Do you have any guesses as to what queen you are?
Oh, it's gonna give me someone like fucking... I'd love it to be Jujubee. Jujubee's fantastic. We stan. We love her. That library read from the second season lives in my bones. It's just fantastic. The bit when she just... when someone calls her puerca and she just responds in Laotian and then just goes, "Get my gist. Do you understand?" I was like, Jujubee! The best! So I'd like it to be Jujubee, but I've got a horrible feeling I'm going to get someone like... who am I going to get? Someone like fucking Sharon Needles. Sharon Needles was weird to my partner and their friend in the village one time. Yeah, she was. And Fifi O'Hara nearly had a fight.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I can't really remember the ins and outs of this story very well. But my partner and a friend of ours were at a place in the village after a show that they'd done at the Ritz in the city centre. And Sharon Needles and Fifi O'Hara happened to be there. Our friend, David, huge fan of Sharon Needles and any kind of like grungy, gothy kind of drag, saw Sharon go for a cig and was like, "I'm going to go outside, I'm going to go talk to her." I'm like, "Right, okay." So went outside, started talking to Sharon, and Sharon started saying things. It was like saying things to kind of like get a shock and get a rise. Like, kind of like, yeah, I've been learning about Gary Glitterme, yeah, and all this kind of stuff. And I've got all these things on my hands. I've got hepatitis, so don't get near me, and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, oh, okay. And then Fifi O'Hara came out because they were kind of like, Sharon's kind of weird. And then Fifi O'Hara heard them and went, what? And it was like, 5'2" and like trying to not attack them, but like trying to argue with them, and they just walked away.
Right.
So it was a bit of a sad incident start, but I can kind of appreciate that they've come over for a show, they're just wanting to be left alone and things like that. But then that kind of thing. But then all that stuff with Sharon Needles being weird with people and abusive emotionally to younger people, particularly women, it kind of fits the MO, unfortunately.
Yeah, sadly. Well, you're not Sharon Needles, you are Jinx Monsoon.
Oh, I'll take that.
You are the one and only Jinx. You are creative and out of the box. You have a more unconventional style of drag that instantly separates you from the rest. You know what you are as a person and don't feel the need to change yourself for anyone else. Congrats.
Oh, thank you. I don't know if you've seen any of the All Stars Winners season, but last one that I watched, it was where they had to advertise a thing, and Jinx kind of based this whole advert around having a grown-up waster son. And the whole way through the advert, she's like shouting at him, just like, "Maybe if you got a job!" And it's really, really funny. I was like crying with laughter. Just fantastic.
I haven't seen any of the new seasons because it was a comfort show for me for the longest time, but I've been in this position where I'm not very good at watching things when I'm on my own, and I haven't had anyone to watch things with, so I haven't really watched any TV for a really long time.
Fair enough.
But I'll catch up with it eventually.
Oh yeah, you'll circle back to it and it'll all be there waiting for you, so...
Yeah, though I did see a line, I can't remember who it was, but they were saying that They were like, Evie Oddly's dick is so big. When I was snorting a line of coke off it, I was able to reflect and realise that I'd become my mother or something, and I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, it's about Evie Oddly, isn't it? So it's this kind of laughing, which as soon as she starts just sends me.
Oh man. Right, so third bin. What have you got for the bin number 3?
I'm going to say it. I'm just going to say it loud and proud, because the people who do say it loud and proud. Cockwomble! And other insults in that vein.
So it's like twee swear words, right?
Yes, it's this kind of... There's a brilliant article that I read a while back about the kind of... the way that these kind of insults, where it's two words smashed together kind of thing, are becoming more and more prevalent. Shitbird, cockwomble, twatwaffle, things like that. I can't stand them. What's wrong with a good solid cunt or fucker? It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, we all know that there's one insult that stands head and shoulders above the rest and cannot be outdone. Nonce. Just call him a nonce.
Yeah, exactly. Stick with nonce. It's a go-to. It's a utility word.
Yeah, shut up, nonce.
Yeah. Oh, who's got the thing? Oh, it's that nonce over there. Great. I will go and get the thing. Sorted. Okay. You don't have to go, Matt Hancock's a bit of a cockwomble, isn't he?
Yeah, you always see it in terms of, it's always like people trying to be funny on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram and in ripping someone down who's like a politician or something.
Absolutely.
Which, I get it. Fine, but just call him a cunt. Call him a nonce. Call him a fucking prick.
Yeah, and it's also, I would like to, I mean, this is a bit of a caveat, and, disregard this as and will, as you may. I like to kind of throw in the phrase methinks with it as well.
Right, methinks.
Yeah, if you're not a Shakespearean actor or someone that studied early modern England, please don't use the phrase methinks, because it makes my blood turn to jelly.
Please? Can you use it in a sentence, please, so I can understand?
Methinks Matt Hancock is a bit of a cockwomble. Aren't I funny? I'm going to drink some Hobgoblin and watch a 77 band.
Oh my god, yeah. No, I feel that one.
There's a distinct boomerism to it, which I don't... I can't abide, really. And then seeing people, our peers, also kind of follow down that road and kind of talk, it's just like, ugh.
Yeah, I feel like this is the same kind of people that use things like hollybobs and call their partner like hubby or wifey, or call like their children like Spawn 1 and Spawn 2 or something like that. Like little things like that, like
I've not
trying
heard
to be
Spawn
kind of
1,
funny.
Spawn 2. Oof, Spawn 1 and Spawn 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we're not talking about the Michael Jai White comic book film from the 90s.
No. I've never. Do you know what? I keep seeing clips of it on YouTube, and I keep wanting to watch it, and I keep forgetting.
Yeah, you don't need to watch it.
I don't need to. Okay, I won't.
Yeah, I don't recommend it. So, I guess, do we just say to these people, just say cock?
Yeah.
Leave the womble out.
You can be more. You can be more efficient with your insults and your cursing. You might well think that by doing this is a way of showing a bit of creativity, but the thing is, it's not. It really isn't, and it's kind of, while its initial impact might have gotten a smirk, now it gets a full-on eye roll. It frankly gives us the ick. So no, please stop.
And an ick I get is people who, I feel like the most quoted thing from a film that people pretend like it's just them being really funny is when people say, "No shit, Sherlock."
Shit.
I hate that shit. Like, obviously, they hear it from Austin Powers or whatever, and they'll be like, "Oh, yeah, no shit, Sherlock," and they always say it as if it's like a really funny quip they just come up with, and I'm just like, shut the fuck up.
It's like kind of going, I know you are, but what am I?
Yeah. Yeah, so that one for sure.
Okay.
I'm all for an inventive insult, but instead of being like call someone like a twat waffle or a cock womble, just call them the waffle or the womble, but say it with so much disdain that it almost sounds, I'm like, like you fucking plum, or like you absolute bin.
And you could go into detail about how they are a bin or a womble.
Yeah.
You resemble Orinoco. Look at your features. Observe the hat you wear. The theme tune that begins the moment you step out of the door.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, just keep them separate. I'm not for segregation, but keep our cocks and wombles, separate on that one.
Ah, yes. The lexicon, we can deal with it differently. So it's fine.
Exactly. I mean, I feel like I've got to throw it in. I feel like I need to throw it in.
I don't see what choice you've got.
Oh, now I feel like the control's been taken away and now I don't want to. My internal punk rocker's just like, well, now you want me to, I'm not going to do it.
No, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, no, you can't make me. I am the daddy. Yes, I will throw it in. Listen for the splash, and it goes bang. 3 fingers.
Nice.
You take a three finger. Is that on the borderline of what's acceptable for you?
3 for 3. I'm very pleased with what's going on with it. I mean, it's very good. Thank you, BT. You've been very, very accommodating with my choices.
You've been doing well, because I feel like I've been extra stern on this. I've been extra firm.
Yeah, you've been quite discerning. You've been like a Del Monte of C-bin choices, and the Del Monte man. You just need the linen shirt and the linen suit and the linen hat and just everything linen.
Getting there. So what's the 4th bin you got for me, mate?
My 4th one and final one, and I had to write this down because I changed it very quickly. Originally, it was going to be non-matte foundation, but I've changed my mind. I've now changed I've changed my mind to clothes that give off fluff long after they've been bought. And I'll tell you for why.
Please do.
I recently bought a pack of boxer shorts because the other ones I had developed holes. Quite frankly,
Yeah, it happens.
I'm an active person. I'm not going to apologise for it. It just happens.
You should never apologise.
Exactly. Deal with it,
friction.
lefties. Anyway.
Exactly.
Anyway, I bought a new pair, and every time and then I've been through the wash several times now. But every time I'll get up from the seats after a sojourn on the toilet and notice black fluff that seems to have come from my person onto the seat, and it's causing me some consternation, BT. I'll be honest with you.
It's coming from the pants, not from your ass?
No, it's not coming from me, because when I wear an older, more antique pair of undercrackers, I'm not having this issue.
Right. Okay. So do we feel like Is this a quality control thing that's gone downhill? Has this always happened, or is this something that's happened more recently? Or what?
I think this has happened purely with this pack of new underwear. I would say that it's the underwear's fault. It's absolutely not my fault. None of the things I've been suggesting putting into the C-bin have been my fault. I'm absolutely blameless. But
I mean,
an innocent, blameless man. A normal man. An innocent man.
just innocent men.
Just normal men. But no, yes, I blame the pants, and yes.
Well, I mean, if you, it's not like your ass has got tiny little hands just ripping out the fibres of the pants, just creating like little crabs eating algae off of an old underwater pipe.
Of course, it's my arse crabs. Yes. Of course, how foolish of me.
Yeah, I'm not saying it isn't. It's not like you have the arse crabs, because your other pants weren't harvested for their bountiful fluff.
No, they weren't.
It's just the newer ones.
No, just these new ones. But the thing is, it translates. One may have a jumper that molts, shall we say?
Yeah.
People have that. Leggings sometimes do it, or some of the ones that I've worn in the past and things like that. But so there's various bits of clothing that do it, and it's an irritant in general.
Where did you buy these pants from? Did you buy them from the normal shop you get them from?
I'd prefer not to say.
Okay. Does it rhyme with
No.
Imark?
Yeah, it was Primark, yeah.
It's alright.
Yeah.
There's no shame in Pride Army crackers. I mean,
No, needs must. So I got them
yeah.
from Primark, yeah.
So I wonder if it is, this kind of fast fashion, cheaper production quality of the pants is making them more susceptible to dump their fluff on you.
Yeah, I never really thought of it like that, actually. Yeah. But then I don't want to be blaming any workers for anything that's part of the process while they make these. So I'd like to make that clear. It's not their fault. It's.
I mean, they've been supplied with the materials,
Exactly. It's not their fault in any way, shape, or form. It's. I think of the four that I've submitted, the one that I would be happiest to live with would probably be this one. So if you did decide not to chuck it in, I don't think I'd lose sleep over it. In some ways, it's kind of entertaining. I'll get up after dropping the children off at the pool and just see the bits of fluff. Just like, oh wow, okay, this is the 4th week this has been going on for it now.
Yeah, you'd think after a while, the washing machine or whatever, or your own arse friction will.
Yes, and I live in hope
bare.
that there will come a time that will happen. Yes.
I feel it will. Maybe that could be a nice game. Just like, how long will it take for my ass to rub off the fluff?
Do you know what? I will tell you, and you can tell your Patreon members.
Please do.
So please sign up to the Seabin Patreon to find out when my undercrackers will stop bearing fluff.
Yeah, and if our clothes didn't expand fluff, we wouldn't have the constant joy that is belly button fluff.
I never thought about belly button fluff, actually. Yes, I remember once at a Snatch game practice, a member who will remain nameless, Tom, pulled out a load of belly button fluff, and we were just like, what? What's this? Oh, it's funny.
I like it because it's always blue as well, because
it
the fibres in all our black clothes are blue.
Yeah, it was a dark hue, definitely. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, he's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
It's right.
Oh well, I'll live.
Yeah, and everyone gets belly button fluff. Normalise the fluff.
Absolutely. Never be scared of your body's functions.
Exactly, and the belly button is an amazing area. For once we were fed through a tube there, and then now it has another reason of collecting vital fluff.
Yeah, it's a warehouse in some ways. It's a place of storage, a place of hope.
Yeah, just don't put your finger too far down there, or you might feel an electric shock in your bumhole.
Never tried that. Going to try that after this.
You never had that.
I've never gone too far in. Lord, no.
Like if you're far enough that you can feel the little tied up balloon bit.
Oh yeah, I can feel that. Just yeah, but I'm not like pushing. I'm just like there. There it is.
Give it a little jiggle.
I'm giving it a jiggle, and it's giving me I'm getting a bit of like that kind of like when you can. When you get air and you can kind of make a fart noise, like on between your hands or on your ear or on your neck. I feel like I could probably do that with my belly button.
Yeah,
I won't. I'm going to save that for me. That's something for the Patreon members, I reckon.
Yeah, well, keep digging and maybe you'll get that shock.
Yeah, I'll continue my studies.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just me. I've heard other people say that happens, so I haven't just outed myself as being a weird freak who gets like an electric shock from their belly button into their fucking prostate or something.
Oh, well, whatever floats your boat, mate. Whatever, it's fine. Takes all sorts to make a world.
Maybe this is one for. Am I going to say this out loud? Okay, I am. I just had a thought. If the belly button is connected somehow to the prostate, if you have a very arsehole shy partner who doesn't like a finger up the bum, perhaps while filleting, you could just put a finger in the belly button
Yeah.
jiggle around.
See?
Just don't do that with me, for God's sake. Whoever's...
Well, at least you know where you know what you like, and you know where your boundaries are. That's
Yeah, exactly, and that's a hard no for me. But that's an idea for someone else. If there's a guy who's like, you know what, I really want to have my prostate punched around, but I don't want to finger up the old shitter, just belly button him.
Belly button. Go for it.
Anyway, I think I'm going to give, because we're talking about normalising the fluff. I think I might give the fluff a pass this time.
Yes, and as I said, I will shed no tears if this particular incident doesn't go into the free bin. I'll live.
The only thing you'll be shedding is fluff on
Yes.
your pants.
Yeah, definitely. Just endless fluff.
You should start collecting it in a little jar.
Yes, it would look very nice in my back bedroom.
And someone would be like, what's this? You'd be like, well, that's all the fluff that I've collected from my toilet seat, from my pants.
And it is now potpourri for you to buy.
Exactly. Spray a bit of Lynx into it.
Mm-hmm. A bay leaf. Yeah.
A bay leaf to keep it crunchy.
Exactly. Yeah, you like the textures.
Keep the tannins going.
Yep, that's right.
Oh dear. Right, so we've got 3 in, 1 out. I say that's a fairly
fine ratio.
Respectable. Yeah.
I'm pleased with that.
It's a passing grade for sure.
Nice.
Well, it's been beautiful having you on, Ian. I love you very much.
Thank you for having me. It's been wonderful. I've really enjoyed it.
And I'm definitely going to take up your
absolutely
invitation.
Absolutely. If we ever get down your way, then it will be a certainty. Definitely. Oh. And then, if we will call on you on the fifth day, look to the east. Yeah.
There'll be a wig on a stick.
Yep.
And
and some hip pads.
Oh, baby. I see. I'm so voluptuous. I'm gonna be one of those queens that can just push the tits up, and I've got a nice, beautiful rack.
Yeah. You can get a load of corsets that'll do that for you. The thing with male presenting people, though, definitely is you have the gap. So the bit where kind of where normally you'd have a thing. So even if you are of a more voluptuous, juicy kind of body type, like myself, hip pads are still kind of a bit of a thing. And I recently had a go at making them, and I would have failed if my partner hadn't helped me with them. I did a terrible job, but come Snatchmas, I looked like a thick and juicy mama, pagan realness, and it was fantastic.
Well, I'll need it, because if I'm going to be juicy von Thiccums, I'll need to be Thiccums, and I'm.
Yeah, you're going to be cutting apart like a whole sofa, aren't you?
Oh, for sure, absolutely for sure. Because the one thing about me that isn't voluptuous is my buns. I've got a very flat arse. I liken it to having a microwave down there. It's very just square and flat, and I don't have much crack. Well, actually, no, I have all crack, but no cheeks.
Yes, I also like cheeks. Mm.
Yeah, I've got I don't know if you saw that picture of I put on Instagram of John Lennon and Yoko Ono standing side by side. I've got John Lennon's arse crack and Yoko Ono's cheeks. Yeah. The combination of the two, not much arse. So yeah, I need to have a whole lazy boy down there for sure.
Oh yes, and with a bit of sculpting, some scissors and a Stanley knife, I'm sure we could get there.
Oh yeah, well, I'll be vibing. Right. On that note, because I'm about to die, I'm so sweaty, I cannot believe what's going on right now. I'm gonna say, everyone go check out Snatch Game. Go see them live if you can, because it's a special thing.
You'll have a great time. You'll laugh. You'll cry. It'll change your life. We have the Vogue of Death. We have reading glasses that we throw out when the library is open. It's going to be a great old time.
Yeah, get in your best glad rags and come and have a dance and a human pyramid of fabulousness.
Definitely.
I love it. Anything else you wanna let people know about what's going on with Char?
Snatch Game's next show is in Oldham. We're playing Easy Fest, run by Daz Baz from the Crash Mats will be headlining.
yeah.
We'll be headlining the Friday, I believe. We're going to be playing with Brassic, Pete Bentham and the Dinner Ladies, Smoking Gives You Big Tits, and a couple of other great bands. It's going to be that's a hell of a lineup. It's going to be fantastic. And then at the end of August, we're going to be playing Get Rexed, where we'll be playing with F Emasculata. I believe Knife Club will be playing. Wonk Unit and a few other bands as well that I'm familiar with, but quite a lot of bands that I've not seen before, so I'll be keen to see what they're like and things like that.
Amazing. Go check them out, people. Alright, well, I'm going to go take a cold shower and put my balls in front of a fan, and you go enjoy Germany, and I'll see you soon, and I'll see you guys next week.
Alright then, Glück auf, bye!
Bye-bye!
Bye!
Hey guys, it's me, Big Tasty. I just wanted to say cheers for listening to this week's episode, and I hope you enjoyed listening to it as much as I enjoyed making it. Now, if you feel so inclined, you should come check out my Patreon page. You can sign up for as little as £1 a month, and you get weekly exclusive video tier lists and monthly mail-outs with things such as stickers and fabric patches, zines and art prints. Hey, and if you can't spare the money right now, I totally understand. No pressure. I'm going to keep making episodes regardless, but if you can support financially, it really helps the show. Just keep moving on. And then another way you can help is just to follow us on stuff like Twitter and Instagram at Seaburn Podcast and share it around to people that you think might like this filthy shit. Anyway, love you guys, appreciate you, and I'll see you next week.